All right, welcome to Newstalk. We have Lieutenant Shannon Ward here with the Wichita Police Department, and we're going over a couple of cases. This time around, we're going to talk to you about the 1903, which was that
Iroquois Fire in
Chicago. 600 or so people passed away in this fire.
Around 600 people perished, 250 injured, mostly women and children, because it was during the winter break.
Yeah, and it was 1903, so we don't have there's not a lot of documentation visually for it, but this was a big theater, and what happened?
Well, the theater opened in November 23rd that year, and it was rushed to get open because of money and politics. So what happened was that a light arced on the theater set, caught the curtains on fire. But because the theater wasn't finished, they didn't have exit signs. The doors were covered. They had locks on some of the doors. Some of the doors had Bastille handles, which were UK handles, not from the United States. And they didn't have the firefighting equipment they needed.
And that was just 5 weeks after opening. And so what did we learn from this?
Well, we learned that, the requirement of exit lights, theaters need to be sprinkled, and the theater was sprinkled in 1812, so they had been around for centuries since then.
Sure.
And
but
fire
those
alarm,
push
panic hardware.
The panic hardware.
Yep, they were introduced, and people were enforcing that.
So that's what you see right there on a door. Is that it's very simple, but apparently it was invented after this fire, correct?
Yeah,
by someone who was planning to go that day.
I think so,
and didn't. So that's pretty astonishing, and it's amazing how tragedy can bring about such wonderful change.
Yeah, and sometimes the tragedy will happen and it'll take years to bring a code around to help take care of that.
Next time you're in here, next month actually, we're going to tackle this one. What are we looking at here real quick?
The Station nightclub fire, that was almost a century after the Iroquois fire, and this was happened in 2003, and there was code changes that were made that affects code that we follow today.
Yeah, I always love to know the stories behind why do they do this, or why do we have to do this, and that's what you're bringing to us.
Yeah, as an inspector, and the other inspectors were very picky about exits, because if all else fails, you'll be able to get out.
Yeah, that's so critical.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Lieutenant, for being here, and we'll be right back.